Are you tired of being on that hamster wheel? Working a 9 to 5, a 5 to midnight, and looking for a way to get off? Have you become disillusioned with chasing the American dream? Then this video, Personal Brand Mastery, I made it just for you. My name is Charles Davis. I'm a personal brand strategy coach, digital marketer. I have over 30 years in IT and marketing. What I'm going to do, this series is going to be a teaching series on how to master your personal brand. But I want you to set aside whatever definitions you may have in your mind and look at it like this. Personal brand mastery is going to be about creating a lifestyle that you enjoy getting up to. One that you're in control of your destiny, to do things that you love to do. You're not chasing things for money. The money will come to you. That's what I'm going to be teaching you in this series. How did I get here? In the beginning of my career, we had brand coaches. I originally came into the information technology field back in the late 70s. After we got our education and we were hired into the workforce, we had brand coaches. Their names were different. They were called recruiters. We never had to go out and look for no jobs in our careers. We worked with another recruiter and they helped us manage our career. I've had to recreate my brand multiple times. The internet bubble crash, the real estate bubble crash. Then after that, the financial problems meant that I had to become an entrepreneur, and in 2005 I created SERIO Design FX. But I went into real estate. The next part was when I went and picked it back up was in 2015. I had to recreate it. The first thing I had to do was rebuild my technical foundation. I did that. I had it reviewed by Neil Patel Digital, and they gave their blessing. The next step was I had to have a personal brand coach. I became aware that a branding is a psychological process. You see the celebrity brands like Chris Doe, Neil Patel, Gary Vayner, and many others, but they never showed you or told you about the personal branding that they had to go through before they even started, or they developed it along the way. Personal brand mastery is a framework that, number one, is going to tell you what your personal brand archetype is. It could be a combination of several, but there's going to be several strengths. There's two parts to that framework. One is marketing based, another one is psychologically based. After we determine that, we will determine your brand identity and tone of voice. You see, the colors and how they present themselves to people on the internet determines how they attract people. The next component is your story. It is very vital that your story connects with people. Like I started in the beginning, told you how I got here. That's part of my story. The other part of it is actually I come out of the I have a dream generation. That was the Martin Luther King era. I was there in high school while I learned technology at the age of 16 when they assassinated Dr. King. I heard Jesse Jackson. So I've been living my dream for a long time. And this channel, the Ultimate Design Brand Design channel, I'm going to be sharing the things that have worked for me. The next component, after we have determined how to tell your story, is going to be how to present it. What will be the right platform and tools. One of the biggest mistakes I see people making is they choose their tools because of their price, such as GoDaddy, these cheap platforms that when you get on them, they offer you a good price, but then they nickel and dime you along the way with the add-ons. You have to be very careful about what you choose, and I will just give you some suggestions about platforms that you could use to get started economically, but you'll be able to get out of them easily. If you remember the movie with Eddie Murphy, and he was the one, he said, before you get in bed with a woman, be sure to check under the covers. That's the same thing about software. The exact same thing, because once you get in, some of them you can't get out without a lot of pain. Some of those web platforms, when you develop the technology, you can't take it out and move it to someplace else that's more suitable. The next component, when it comes to personal brand mastery coaching, some of the things that I've had to get over, I had to work on my insecurities. It's not easy to get up here on camera and do this. I've been working on this gradually, and there are some exercises that I will give you where you can get started. If you look carefully, a lot of people are very insecure about being on camera. And believe me, I got a voice going on my head. It's just yelling. But I have worked on to ignore that, and I practice this. Lastly, what's really going to be important is determining who you're trying to reach. That's going to be very important. So I want to welcome you to my channel. I want you to like and subscribe, because it helps me grow, and it will help other African Americans, and it will help other people who need the correct information on how to build your personal brand.